When people in the US and Europe get rid of their trash, where does it go? Here's a hint: not landfills, donation centers, or even a place on the same continent. We often define colonialism as one nation dominating and exploiting another. That includes something called waste colonialism. In the 1980s, African nations discussed how American and European countries disposed of hazardous waste in their communities. Decades later, it's still happening. Back then, Italian firms paid a man in Koko, Nigeria, just $100 monthly to store toxic waste in his lot. That meant thousands of smelly, leaking barrels of chemicals that left villagers with paralysis, nausea, and birth complications. The lot's owner eventually died of throat cancer himself. Since the 1950s, the US and Europe have offloaded secondhand clothing to a community in Accra, Ghana. With the rise of fast fashion, they receive nearly double the waste they can process daily. Fabrics wash into sewers, pile high in landfills, and catch fire, leaving the sky black for days. And despite Kenya's legal efforts to regulate tourist and resident use of single use plastics, the Nairobi River is still weighed by pollution. Colonial nations send waste to these countries because they're so called underdeveloped, but the colonizers and their waste are responsible for that underdevelopment. Despite having independence, colonialism continues to exploit African resources, and we're encouraged to participate without considering the consequences. But no matter where we are in the diaspora, we can all start to resist by refusing to believe that Africa is a dumping ground for the world's waste. We all know schools aren't teaching Black history correctly. That's why PushBlack is so important. Will you support truthful, accurate, empowering Black history content with a donation? Click the link in our bio to donate now.